I'm going to ask you a question right now. What is the definition of friendship? I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to guess that. Okay. The definition of friendship like the definition of a friend is a person who has very similar or the same values as you and very similar goals to you and who wants to see you grow. All of these three are important because somebody might have the same values as you but very different goals. Like for example, you can have the value of you can have the values of wanting to become an entrepreneur, right? Like you're ambitious, but for example, your goal might be to get to 100K a month so that you can support your future family, while another guy's value like might be that goal might be that he wants to get 100K a month, not to support his future family, but to just go on vacation every month, for example. These are the same values but very different goals. Same here. You might both have the value of wanting to live a fulfilling life and serve your purpose, but you might have the values of money. You might care about money. You might want to earn a lot of money. Well, another guy wants to doesn't really care about money, and yeah, this is just like very different values. Like, or you might want to become an entrepreneur. You might have the values of like valuing freedom. So we want to become an entrepreneur, but maybe your friend just doesn't really value that, and he wants to have a regular job, for example. This is like similar values but different goals, and different values but same goals. So you'd want to have people who have similar goals and similar values to you, and who are also nice to be around. You don't want to spend time with people who have a bad personality. You don't want to spend time with people who have an ego, uh, who just talk behind your back, who laugh at you, who who just make uh, violent jokes at you. Like for example, like they just laugh at your insecurities, right? You don't want to be around those people. And so now I want to ask you another question. Um, do you think that the people that you are currently friends with fulfill that definition? Do you think that your friends want to see you grow, or like they want you to improve yourself? They're happy to see you start sleeping better. They're happy to see that you're enthusiastic whenever PE is in school, and that they're happy, it puts a smile on their face when you don't want to skip class. Or is it the opposite? Do they laugh at your self-improvement? Do they say that you're weird for going to sleep before 9 p.m.? Do they think that you're a sicko for being so enthusiastic about PE? Do they say that you're weird because you say that PE is one of the most important subjects in school? If they do that, then they're not your friends. If they do the latter, then they're not then not your friends, and you should abandon those people because, like, you spend time together, you laugh together, I guess. Like you're cracking about a bunch of jokes. You like share hobbies. It's like I don't know, like watching TV together or playing video games. But when you're trying to improve yourself, they will laugh at you. They will belittle you. They will say that you're weird. They will exclude you. And this happened to me, personally. And you should abandon them. I mean, it'd be nice to say that, oh, get them on self-improvement. Most of the time, they just don't feel like it. They value their comfort too much. Because, think about it. When you've gotten self-improvement, you were like down bad. You were like in the depths, right? Like, addicted to porn, video games, junk food, like, all the package, right? Like, the whole package. The whole package of a Jeffrey, right? Like, you were a literal, like, bottom of the barrel, piss low human being, right? So you had that desire to change. Like your one singular priority was to change. There was nothing else. You wanted to change above everything else, and it's still hard. It still feels hard to do self-improvement. So think to yourself, how hard would it be for a person who doesn't have that desire, who doesn't feel like improving, who doesn't feel like they need to improve right now? If they don't, then it's just gonna be too hard for them, and they're not going to want. They're not gonna want to, because they don't want to experience the pain. Because you see, uh, we on self improvement, we don't care about pain really. We don't really care about like mental anguish because we stoic. We don't let our emotions dictate our actions. We just have that distance, right? An average person doesn't have that. An average person doesn't have that. They haven't been they haven't been disciplined for a year. They haven't been working out for 1.5 a year. They haven't. They haven't done that. The most, the hardest thing they do is that they study for an exam. That's the hardest thing they do. So yeah, the message of this video was to just let go. You know, it's better to temporarily be alone because you shouldn't be a lone wolf. That's a myth. Like it doesn't feel good at all, like, bro. It does not feel good to be alone. Unless you're on like some monk mode. Even then, you should have friends which are on self improvement with you. You should have that. But I'm just saying that it's better to have no friends than to have low quality friends. Because think about it. You're in self improvement. You're disciplined. You're mindful. You're strong. You can probably fight. You're you're kind. You don't talk behind people's backs. You're not addicted to anything. And your friends are addicted to video games, junk food, social media, porn, masturbation. That's 5 addictions. They're addicted to 5 different things. Unless if they're underage, if they're like adults, then probably more. They're addicted to 5 different things. They don't go outside. They don't go to the gym. They don't meditate. They're not mindful. Talking to them, chances are their mind is somewhere else. Like they can't fight. A chihuahua would defeat them probably. They get poor sleep. They get 5 hours of sleep a day. They're complainers. So why would you want to hang around them? And that's really all I have to say today. Sleep well, do better, subscribe, and yeah.